Gopala Astrology channel, where the science meets astrology for common man's understanding. Subscribe and stay tuned to this channel for continued astrological updates. Hello, welcome to Gopala Astrology channel. Today it's going to be another interesting video on Vedic Astrology about immigration or foreign settlements. And I will be talking about those particular planets which influence the foreign journeys and foreign travels and foreign immigrations. Many of my clients keep coming back to me. Why is it that my visas are not approved, and why is it that my green card or permanent residency card is not approved? And for them, I have a very good answer today. Let's go to the actual video. So I told you that we will be discussing about what are the planets that influence the foreign travels and foreign journeys, and how is it that we can say that this is the right time that has come for us to move to the foreign lands. All right, so let's go one by one. So what questions which are commonly coming to me is this: does my horoscope say that I can even move to abroad, either for job or studies or just for vacation? Okay, and then some people keep asking me, can I settle abroad permanently? That means they have already moved, and then they are in the process of getting permanent residency status or citizenship. Okay, and then we can also understand at what time period. It's not that easy nowadays, and we need to understand what time period is suitable for them to really get into abroad and then settling down there. And if at all there is any solutions, I will be even talking about those solutions. Okay, so let's go back to the hypothetical astrology chart, and here I will be highlighting these things: the first house, second house, the fourth house, and then the 12th house. And again, we can also talk about 9th house and then the 7th house. So I have marked them in red color and then these as blue colors. What is the purpose of that? The purpose is this: the blue ones, what shows here, the first house, second house, the fourth house and the 12th house shows the permanent settlement in foreign lands. That means it is just not for a pleasure trip or something like that. The person can migrate to that foreign land and he's going to settle down there permanently. Okay, for that, we need to see these four houses. And the 9th house and 7th house is more of a short-term type of travels. For example, 7th house can be for a business trip. You may go there, you may be assigned for a short period of time, like say, for example, a couple of months or even 6 months. Okay, and eventually you will come back to the motherland. And 9th house is more about the long distance journey, of course, and it can be for either education purposes or it can be a pilgrimage. In reality, 9th house always talks about pilgrimages. Okay, so with this background, please understand that Jupiter and Rahu, okay, the north node of moon, these are the two main planets which are involved in foreign journeys. Okay, Rahu is totally the foreign element. That is something not belonging to the motherland. That is something alien, something new is clearly indicated by Rahu. And Jupiter is all about expansion, your global footprint everywhere. All right. So Jupiter is a very, very important planet for settling down abroad. Now, again, we also need to know the Lagna or the ascendant. The ascendant or Lagna, if it happens to be in the movable sign, something which moves, namely the Aries, the Cancer, the Libra, or the Capricorn. In other words, Aries is Mesha Rashi, and then it's also a Chara Rashi. Cancer is Karkataka Rashi, then Libra is Tula Rashi, and Makara Rashi or Capricorn. So any of these signs happen to be your Lagna or the ascendant, then the chances of moving abroad is very, very high. Okay, I'm just saying the chances. And again, one more probability is if your Lagna happens to be in the watery signs, for example, the Cancer or Karkataka Rashi, again, it's a common factor. It's also a movable sign as well as it's a watery sign. And then Scorpio or Vrishchika Rashi, and then the Pisces, Meena Rashi. So if it happens to be any of these combination, I can tell you that very, very high chances of moving abroad is possible in your horoscope. So this is, I'm talking purely from the ascendant point of view or the Lagna point of view. Okay, next we are going to discuss about permanent settlement of a person in a far distant country. Okay, totally a foreign land. So it is possible when your I'm just taking Aries as an example. Your ascendant can be any of these. It can be Taurus, it can be Gemini, it can be Cancer, anything. Okay, I'm just talking about a hypothetical situation and take example of Aries. It is easy to understand. Okay, now if it is Aries ascendant and the ascendant Lord goes all the way and sits in the 12th house. Okay, this is very, very guaranteeing situation that the person can move out of the country, out of the motherland. Second option is the second Lord. Okay, also goes very far away and sits in the 12th house. The logic here is second house represents your family. So it's a kind of a situation wherein you like to separate out from the family. It may be due to some problems in the family, and for good, the God takes you out of the family or the motherland and puts you in a foreign land where you will be feeling very, very comfortable to work with. Okay, that's what is called karma bhumi. All right. One last option, one more, is the fourth Lord. That means the fourth house represents our Matrubhumi or the motherland, and the Lord of the fourth house goes all the way and sits in the 12th house of foreign lands. Any of these three combinations will tell us that people are going to migrate permanently. I am underlying the word permanently. The countries which are very far away from the motherland. Okay, that's the point here. So it's very, very clear. So you should study the first house, second house, and the fourth house, and all of these. If the lords are in the 12th house, definitely the person is going to move to a faraway country. Okay, there is another situation here when we see Saturn, Lord Saturn, being placed in the second house. See, if I again taken the example of Aries, it can be any other Rashi as your Lagnam. So in this case, it is Aries, and Lord Saturn comes and sits in Taurus or the second house. So when this combination happens, or when Rahu or Ketu, the north or south node of moon, sits in the second house or the fourth house. Okay, that means again, second house is the family, house of the family, and the fourth house is motherland. When any of these evil planets or I don't actually call it as evil planets. They are the separative tendency planets. That means Saturn always creates separation and it makes a person to move out of the motherland. And again, this is going to be a permanent settlement. And you see this picture here. This type of permanent settlement will not be in a very far country. Okay, it will be within the same solar lit areas. I will explain to you what it is. Say, for example, a person is born, for example, in Africa. Okay, and let us say it is 12 o'clock in the noon time in Africa. And wherever the sun is lighting the earth, this person can migrate to any of these countries. For example, this person can go to Saudi Arabia, or he can come to India, or he can come to Indonesia or Russia, wherever the sun is lighting. But this migration will not happen to a far country which is not lit by sun, like United States, for example. So he or she may not travel to that country, but they will be within the same solar lit area. And I have seen this many cases, and it is proven with my practical experience of 25 years. All right. So there are many other combinations for abroad journeys. I will just list it out here. The Ascendant Lord in the 7th house. That means the first Lord goes all the way to the 7th house. It gives you the business trips or travel with spouse or even partner. 7th house represents partners as well. Next combination is 6th Lord. That means the day-to-day routine job Lord goes and sits in the 10th house. The 7th Lord of business and partners also goes to the 10th house. And then there is a linkage of 9th Lord in the 7th house. So the combination of this can give you a short-term jobs like 1 to 3 years assignments. Okay, I've seen this very commonly in those software engineers who move to a nearby country, and then they work there for about 2 or 3 years, and then eventually they will be going back to the motherland. Okay, so one more combination is ninth lord in the ninth house. This is very, very important. Bhagyadipati in the Bhagyasthanam. Okay, and when this happens, and then also the combination of 10th lord in the 7th house, they will get short-term jobs. Okay, and this can be in a long distant journeys, distant countries. Okay, it can go, person can migrate to UK, or it can, if a person born in India, he can migrate to UK or United States for short-term jobs like 1, 2 or 3 years. All right. Then the 10th lord, when it goes to the 12th house, okay, medium term jobs can be found. That means 3 to 5 years, for example, and eventually the guy will come back to the motherland. Okay, and then the 12th lord in the ninth house, or this is the exchange possible. The ninth lord goes to the 12th house, and or the 12th lord goes to the ninth house. The person can go on educational trips. For example, they may want to do their master degrees, or even bachelor degrees. Actually, most probably it is the master degree, because ninth lord is all about the higher education, the tertiary education. After your basic degree is completed, we are going to make the trip for master degrees. Okay, that is possible. Okay, and finally, one more inference we can make here: if all these combinations, whatever is mentioned, is seen in the Navamsha Kundali. What is Navamsha Kundali? It's a D9 chart. When you divide the charts into 9 portions and then move all the planets, and you can easily do this in the softwares. And if you see this combination in the Navamsha Kundali, then the journey is possible through marriage, right? Through your spouse. So your spouse may bring you to the foreign land. All right, I've seen this very commonly happening. All right, next important question. This is the important question that I keep getting very often. What is the timing? Sir, I have applied for my visa so many times. I have applied for my green card. I have applied for my permanent residency in a particular country, but I'm not able to get the results yet. Why is it delayed? What is going on? When can I get this? The answer is here, my friend. The answer is, this can come to you as a success when there is a dasha or antardasha. Again, what is dasha, antardasha? These are the planetary time periods. I have made a video on this. Please go back to the channel and then look into those. What is antardasha? What is dasha? Okay, if there is a antardasha or dasha of 9th house or the 12th house lord, okay, and any planet which is associated with the 12th lord, if it is coming to you, the time period of this is very suitable to get your permanent residency cards approved. All right, and then if there is a dasha or antardasha of Rahu definitely gets you the permanent settlement visas. Okay, I've seen this. And then Rahu or antardasha of an exalted planet. For example, if you take an exalted planet, there is a very highly auspicious planet like Jupiter in Cancer in your horoscope, or Saturn in Libra in your horoscope, or any kind of combination, Mars in the Capricorn, any of these planets which are exalted in your horoscope, or even debilitated. Debilitated is Nichasthanam, exaltation is Uchasthanam. Any of these planets, antardasha or dasha comes along with Rahu, then definitely the visas are going to be approved, because Rahu is always waiting for you to pull you out from the motherland and make you settle down in a foreign country. Okay, and definitely when there is a Rahu Mahadasha and Ketu Antardasha period, you will see the success in visa applications being approved. And one more combination is told here, the Saturn Dasha with Jupiter Antardasha. And provided, please understand, the Jupiter must be owning your 12th house. Okay, 12th house, if Jupiter owns, then definitely you will see the approvals coming for your visa. And one more was missed out here. That is Dasha or Antardasha of Moon, Chandran, okay, or Venus. When these two planets happen to be your 12th lords, okay, and when their Dasha or Antardasha comes, and when you are waiting for your visas, definitely you will see the element of success. Okay, the last one is Saturn transit over natal horoscope position of Sun. That means you have a horoscope and your Sun is placed somewhere in Leo or Virgo, anywhere, and when the transit time happen. We call it as Gochara Phalam. And when the Saturn transit over that position of the sun, definitely the visas are going to be approved, or the permanent residencies are going to come to you. Because sun represents soul, the logic is this: sun represents the soul, the separative tendency planet Saturn goes over the soul, and then it makes you to permanently separate from your motherland and settle down in a foreign country. All right. Now, there is a last part here about I promised you guys that what is the remedy. Okay, I'm trying my best, I'm doing my best, but still my foreign visas are not approved. What should I do? There are two things which I mentioned in the beginning of the talk, that Rahu and Guru, Rahu and Jupiter, these are the two planets which influences the foreign settlement. So please wear the yellow sapphire stone, and it has to be go to the right finger here. Okay, so the forefinger is suitable for the Jupiter planet, and then the Hazonite or Gomedakam stone can go to the middle finger. So please understand, every gemstone has a particular value. I will be even making a video on that. Okay, it should go to a particular finger. It cannot go to a wrong finger, because all of them are connected to our chakras, and it's going to go into the magnetic influence of these gemstones are going to go and open those chakras and cleanse them. So that's where the Jupiter's ring is going to go to the forefinger, and then the Hazonite will go to the mid finger. Okay, again, please understand, before you wear the proper gemstone, you need to consult a proper astrologer, or you need to go through the proper procedure. Okay, and then the one last one, a very simple remedy, which is respecting Lord Shiva, or the ultimate creator. We should wear Panchamukhi or five-faced Rudraksh. It can be worn as a pendant, either in silver or gold, whichever is lucky element for you. So this will guarantee you to speed up your visa processes. Okay, and I think with this we have come to the end of this video. If you have really any questions, please put it in the comment section, and I would be really happy to answer them. Okay, kindly subscribe this channel, because I'm going to put more and more videos for you to understand more and more topics in Vedic astrology. All right, thank you very much.